Bowie City Hall has a new address. A portion of Excalibur Road between Evergreen Parkway and Mitchellville Road is renamed Fred Robinson Way in honor of the longtime council member and mayor.
I'm presenting you your personal street sign. It says Fred Robinson Way. Boy, terrible.
Dozens of family members, friends, and former elected officials came to show their support.
It's important to me that we show people the appreciation that we have for them while they are alive. You know, there's a number of monuments, street namings, building namings, memorials and things that recognize the fine works of people after they've died. I think it's imperative that we take a moment out and recognize people for the long number of years that they've given their life while they are alive, and showing them that we actually appreciate all that they've done throughout their life, during their life.
If you haven't figured it out just yet, I am a true fan, a true friend, admirer, and someone who genuinely loves Fred Robinson.
Robinson served as a city council member from 1986 to 1994, and in 1998 he was elected mayor for the first time, and then he was re-elected 8 times. He retired in November 2019.
Fred, we worked together for 10 years, and during this 10 years I made a few observations. Fred, your work was transparent and meaningful and important to the public. Your work was often difficult, but it was at all times for the greater good of the city. Your work radiated empathy and showed people they mattered.
Robinson was a former major in the Prince George's County Police Department. One of his many accomplishments as mayor is establishing the Bowie Police Department, which began in 2006.
We were a team, Fred and I, and the rest of the council and staff. I mean, it was a great team effort. None of us can claim individual credit, and Mr. Robinson really preached that a lot. He mentioned it today, so did Al Lott. And you know, one of the things that Al Lott said today was something that was so totally true, was how Fred always supported staff. Other council members did too, but Fred as mayor went out of his way to support our efforts at staff. And it wasn't always easy. It wasn't always the political easy thing to do, but that support from him was so helpful in our work at the staff level, and I'll always remember that fondly.
People were laughing at us, telling us we couldn't build 2 projects at the same time, and we couldn't get projects like this done. Well, today we're not only dedicating this 29,000 square foot building, but it's immediately adjacent to the other building that is now occupied and functional with 2,000 members of the senior center over there.
Congratulations and best wishes on your future endeavors. Presented this 10th day of October 2021, Peter Francho, Comptroller, Great State of Maryland. Congratulations.
A plaque honoring the former mayor now sits in front of City Hall.
I never really envisioned the idea of a street named Fred. Well, the gesture is greatly and humbly appreciated. I take your presence as a personal honor and a clear rejection of a long ago forgotten high school teacher who once told me I would probably never amount to a hill of beans. This journey's been terrific, but it's been a family enterprise, as most know. I'd be seriously remiss if I didn't acknowledge the support, advice, and guidance of my wife Jackie, and the support of Tim, Amy, Sarah, and Chris. I heard from some of you recently, and some of you have been most gracious in your comments to me about what you thought of my role in the hometown. I think we achieved a lot of things together. I truly appreciate all your contributions and all your kind thoughts. I found over the years that one can be defined by the things around them, or they can focus on what is truly important. And I've always believed that optimism trumps pessimism. So to my successors on the City Council, your obligation is to keep faith with our history, but not to fear the future. As some would say, don't just run from the storm, learn to dance in the rain. You've been given a great history and a strong platform on which to continue Bowie's prosperity. And you've been given both a challenge and an invaluable gift of trust by the folks that elected you. Be true to them, be true to yourselves, and Bowie will always be the great hometown that you folks built.
A great honor and fitting for a man who has given the city so much. Thank you, Mayor Robinson, for your years of service to the city of Bowie.